Finally, we have some new VR games coming soon to the Quest 2. All of the games I'm about to show you were announced during the recent MetaQuest gaming showcase. Release dates are still to be confirmed for a lot of these titles, but we should be able to get our grubby little mitts on them within the next 12 months. Also, something to note is that the gameplay in a lot of these trailers was captured on PC, so just know that graphically these games won't look quite as detailed when they do eventually launch on the Quest. But with that out of the way, let me know which of these titles you're most excited for in the comments down below. So let's kick things off with probably one of the most requested VR games to get a Quest port. That's right, Boneworks is coming to the Quest in the form of Bonelab. It's a sequel to Boneworks where you embody an outcast, sentenced to death, and after escaping your fate, you discover a hidden pathway to a mysterious underground lab where a series of experiments and discoveries await. Players will take on obstacle courses, arenas, tactical trials, and sandboxes, along with user-generated levels, with the goal of learning the truth about your reality. It's super impressive that Stress Level Zero were able to get this game running on the Quest 2 with all the glorious physics-based interactions and combat. Another interesting thing about Bonelab is that it will support mods, and you'll be able to import custom avatars into the game, which not only change the way you look, but also change the physical stats of your character. I, for one, can't wait to jump into Bonelab, which will be coming to both Quest 2 and PC VR headsets later this year. This next title is one of the most popular games of recent years, and it's getting a full-on VR port, and that is Among Us. You'll be placed aboard a ship deep in space with up to 10 players online, where you'll be randomly selected to play the role of a crewmate or an imposter. As a crewmate, you'll have to work together with the rest of the crew to fix the ship's faulty systems, report any suspicious activity, and eject any suspected imposters from the ship. As an imposter, you'll have to sneak around the ship, sabotage the plans of the crewmates, and kill them off one by one without being detected. The real fun of this game comes from the chaos of not knowing who to trust, with players using deception and deceit to survive. But when in doubt, red is always sus. This will be coming to both Quest 2 and Steam later this year. Next up, the excellent Walking Dead Saints and Sinners is getting a full-on sequel with Chapter 2 Retribution. With an original story set after the events of the original game, players will return as the tourist to the walker-infested streets of New Orleans. This time, you'll have to face the consequences of your previous actions, as a threat only known as the Axeman is hell-bent on making you pay in retribution. As we know from the previous game, the walkers are dangerous, but the remaining survivors pose an even greater threat. You'll have to choose your path wisely in order to survive. Expect more bloody and visceral combat with a range of weaponry, including the deliciously brutal new chainsaw. Retribution will be dropping later this year on both Quest 2 and Steam. If the games so far seem a bit too intense for you and you'd rather build a city than tear one down, Cities VR is coming to Quest 2 next week. Cities VR is a spin-off of the popular flat game Cities Skylines, where players will take on the role of mayor, and they're tasked with designing and building the city of their dreams from the ground up. But that's not the hard part. Keeping the residents happy will be the real challenge, as you have to manage the economy, utilities, traffic flow, education, healthcare, and emergency services to keep the city running smoothly. For the first time in the series, you'll be able to step inside the world of cities and get hands-on with your own creations in glorious virtual reality. But Cities VR isn't the only VR city builder launching on Quest. Little Cities will also be launching on the platform on the 12th of May. So keep your eyes peeled on the channel for a full comparison between these two VR city builders in the near future. Next up is probably one of my favorite announcements from the showcase, and that is Ghostbusters VR. In this upcoming title, you'll be leading a team of Ghostbusters from a new headquarters located in San Francisco. Players will be tasked with tracking, blasting, and trapping ghosts using iconic ghost-busting equipment such as proton packs and the PKE meter. The game can be played solo or with up to 4 friends playing together cooperatively online. Promising an extensive and engrossing campaign, you have to protect the city from fiendish ghosts, and you'll experience all the humor and frights we've come to expect from the beloved franchise. This isn't the first Ghostbusters game we've had in VR, and previous efforts were really disappointing. However, with developers nDreams behind the project, I'm confident this will be the VR ghostbusting adventure we all want it to be. Next up is a surprise sequel to one of the best looking games available on the Quest platform. The developers Vertical Robot are bringing us Red Matter 2. The original game was a dark and mysterious adventure with some of the best environment interaction I've seen in VR. This new game will follow directly on from the events of the first game and will take you to the farthest reaches of the solar system after picking up a distress signal from an old friend. This new adventure will have you solving more mind-bending puzzles to unravel the mystery behind the unstoppable red matter. This time you'll have new tools at your disposal, such as a jetpack to navigate the more open environments and a glove-mounted gun to take down anyone or anything that stands in your way. The original game is currently on sale if you want to catch up with the story before the new game drops later this summer. Next, one of my favorite Quest titles from last year, Resident Evil 4 VR, is getting more content and it's free. The Mercenaries update adds more replayability to the game by adding timed missions where players must take down as many enemies as possible and survive before the helicopter extraction arrives. Scoring combos and collecting time bonuses will be key for ranking on the online leaderboards. Alongside this, you also have a challenge mode where you'll have set parameters to complete each challenge. Players will be rewarded with in-game currency to unlock game modifiers, new character skins, and new weapons, which can then be carried over into the main story mode. The Mercenaries update is available right now, and it's completely free for anyone that owns the game. Next up, one of VR's most adorable characters, this little mouse called Quill, is making a return in Moss Book 2. In this charming VR platformer, you'll return as the Overseer, helping little Quill continue her adventure. You'll have to work together to end the merciless rule of the Arcane and restore peace to the world of Moss. With new weapons, new abilities, new enemy types, and new interactive environments, this sequel is bigger in every way than its predecessor. With beautiful, vibrant worlds and the superb animation of Quill, this is a special title that shouldn't be missed. I absolutely loved the original game, and if you haven't played it already, you should definitely go and check that out before their sequel drops on Quest later this summer. Next up is a unique new VR title called Ruins Magus. In this game, you'll be a member of the renowned Ruins Magus Guild, where you'll grow from a novice wizard into an all-powerful, spell-wielding magus. The story will take you across 26 narrative-driven quests to investigate the mysterious artifacts and dangers that lurk in the ruins beneath the town of Grand Amnis. Those that enter the ruins will have no choice but to fight the Guardians defending the treasures within, so you'll need to be prepared to upgrade and train with up to 14 spell varieties to overcome these increasingly deadly challenges. Featuring a vibrant anime art style and original Japanese narration, this will no doubt pique the interest of JRPG fans out there. Ruins Magus will be coming to Quest 2 and Steam later this year. And last, but by no means least, is Espire 2, a sequel to the original VR sneak 'em up, Espire 1. This game takes place in the year 2036, and you're back in the hot seat using VR to remotely pilot deadly Espire espionage droids to take down a new terrorist threat known as Ophis. This time round, you'll have the choice of two droids known as frames. One is an all-out action powerhouse, and the other is a stealth frame utilizing smart tools and agility to complete the objective undetected. You can play solo or cooperatively online with a friend, working tactically together. A really cool and unique feature brought over from the original game is the ability to use real voice commands to interact with enemies in the game. It's an awesome feature. If stealth games are your bag, Espire 2 should definitely be on your radar, and the game will be dropping on Quest 2 in November this year. So that's a quick roundup of the VR games announced during the MetaQuest Gaming Showcase. We're still waiting for more information on both Assassin's Creed and Splinter Cell, both of which were announced some time ago, and also the title that's in the works from Deep Silver. We still don't know any more about that title either. But the biggest disappointment for me, though, was not seeing anything about Grand Theft Auto San Andreas in VR. Even if it was just a snippet of VR gameplay, I think I would have been much happier, as it's titles like this that attract a whole new audience in VR, and we need to keep that momentum going. But overall, I think it was a solid lineup of Quest content to look forward to over the next 12 months. Bonelab, Saints and Sinners Retribution, Among Us VR, and Ghostbusters VR. I'm pretty excited for all of those titles. But let me know what you would rate the showcase out of 10, and also let me know which game you're most excited for in the comments down below. New games aside, if you're looking to play free games on the Quest right now, check out this video here where I list the 16 best titles that you can play on Quest for free. Leave a cheeky little like if you enjoyed this video, and make sure you're subscribed for all my future VR content. And as always, I'll see you all on the next one. Cheers.